Yo, what's good? It's your boy, the one and only, DG the Chef, and today I'm gonna show you how to do this. Against every coverage. Now we already have a video for this. It looks a little something like this. But the issue with that is I only gave you one formation. This is going to be some of my favorite dots out of the New England playbook to help you beat every coverage there is. I'm also going to explain to you how to beat the blitz. This is a unblitzable playbook. You'll just destroy anybody who tries to blitz you. No one blitzes me out of this playbook anymore. Before we get into the video, guys, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below on what you want to see from this channel, or if you're using the New England Patriot book. Well, if you're curious and you want more pro tips, make sure you become a member of the channel by hitting that join button. We give out member-only tips on this channel, and this is exactly how they look like. We give you walkthroughs, schemes, blitzes, all that stuff on our member-only side of the channel. If you want more Madden tips, make sure you become a member, all right? Let's go ahead and get into the video so I can show you how to step up your laser game. So the first thing we're gonna do is walk you through my ultimate team setup and show you guys how I have constructed my team to really get the best out of this playbook. So let's go ahead and go over to my ultimate team. You see I have 98 overall. Of course, with no money spent, we're not giving Madden any of our money. We've been grinding everything out. But the key is here. This is the key. Who are my superstars? I have a Tony Gonzalez, Torrey Holt, and Randall Cunningham. Now, when I go get that golden ticket Julio Jones coming at the end of next week, Julio Jones will probably replace Torrey. It just seems fitting. But the backups are the real key players. I have Calvin Johnson, John Ross, and Tyreek Hill. Now, Calvin Johnson comes in handy for blitzes because he's a big body receiver and he'll possession catch and he probably won't drop the ball. Tyreek Hill and John Ross are really good for deep passes. So you have to know who's on your team and you have to use them effectively. I don't run Tyreek Hill and John Ross across the middle as much because they're small. Now let's go over my chems and then we're going to get into the plays. All right. So this is super important because I'm going to go into practice mode. I'm not going to have the same chems. So for Tony Gonzalez, the reason why I have Tony Gonzalez because he's 99 overall and he gets 4 ability slots. So he has streak specialist, route apprentice, which gives him 4 additional routes at any receiver position. He has out corner elite and then he has post flag elite. So I'm gonna get double abilities pretty much on those corners and flag routes, and I'm pretty much good there. Tony never drops the ball whenever I run him to the outside. Now I have brawler and go deep on him. That's just, it doesn't really matter. But really what you need is this route apprentice, out corner elite. This is what you need for Tony. And if you can't get 4, I would probably say route apprentice and post flag for your third receiver or your third chem slot if you don't have anybody who's 99 overall. And I pretty much had the same thing for Torrey. We'll look at Torrey really quick. Torrey has route technician, he has post flag elite, he has streak specialist, and then he has route apprentice. All right. So I don't really run Torrey too much on out routes. That's why I didn't give him the out corner elite. Okay. Now for Randall has your run of the mill every pretty much archetype quarterback. He has no look dead eye, dash and dead eye, escape artist, and human joystick for when I take off and I want to get a little sticky on everybody. All right, so those are going to be my guys for offense. So now let's get into practice mode where I don't have these chems and I'm gonna at least walk you through how to set up your plays. And now the playbook we're using, of course, is New England because it has the best, it literally has the best passes. I have not found an offense that has better passes than this, and you even saw it in the MCS championship because this is what D. Croft used and he was dotting everybody up. Now let's start. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to set this offense up. You remember I have Tony Gonzalez and Torrey Holt. The first thing we're gonna do is come down to gun tight slots, which is really close to gun tight tight end, but it's just slots, like your receivers are in the slot instead of on the line of scrimmage. Okay, so I am going to do strong slots, and you'll see strong slots actually moves my receivers here, and then it's going to move my tight end to the outside. So Ben Watson is my tight end and he moves from here to here. All right, see that? What I actually do is I leave this side alone. So the side that has Ben Watson, which will be Tony Gonzalez for me, Tony Gonzalez has the hot route chem, so he's good. So I'll leave him there. And then I actually put Torrey, I flip-flop Torrey from here to here depending on what route I want. So if I want Torrey to run a corner route, I'll put him here. If I want Torrey to run a post corner, I put him outside, okay? And I'll explain that later. So basically all you really need to do is run tight strong slots. If you have the same setup I have, if you have 2 receivers, I think you're pretty much fine. You pretty much want your ability receivers on the outside and your fast receivers on the inside. So I have Tyreek Hill here, John Ross here, because they're my fast receivers and there's a reason why they're in that particular spot, okay? And then the next thing you're gonna do is go over to your Pats, what's it called? Y off trips Pats. This is your main formation that you're gonna be in because most people start to blitz out. Most people start the game out in blitz, right? So for me, Calvin Johnson, my big body receiver, is right here, and he's there for quick passes. And then I have my fast guy here, which will be John Ross, and I have Torrey Holt here, and then I have, of course, Tony Gonzalez here. All right, this Y offset trips Pats is a motion offense. You'll know that the Patriots, they motion a lot. This, in order to take advantage of this playbook, you have to motion a lot. They have just a ton of formation that you can motion in and out of, get extra blockers, and snap on the motion, become unblockable. It's just, you have to motion out of this, okay? So for this, let's go ahead and set up our audibles. So you have Pats Y out, halfback power, halfback sluggo, Pats cross. And then I'm gonna come back over to my tight formation or my wing, my tight slots. So these are our audibles out of this formation. And really mess, switch, and bench are the ones that you're gonna run the most out of this. You can throw some other stuff in later on. So now let's get into how to beat pretty much every coverage, all right? The first coverage we're gonna actually talk about is the blitz and how to stop the blitz, all right? There are some formations in Madden that just are better stopping the blitz. Those formations I've found are the formations that allow you to block with somebody off the line of scrimmage. So that means if I have a tight end that's offset and he's off the line of scrimmage and he's blocking, he normally has a little bit better ability to block than him being attached to the line of scrimmage. I've also found that running backs in the backfield have better blocking abilities than them attached to the line because they cut people pretty much coming and they don't try to block them. So the chems that most pass rushers have are pass rush moves. It's really hard to use your abilities if you're getting cut. So that's why running backs tend to have better pass blocking skills in the backfield versus trying to play a hand game with someone. I'm pretty much going to run all of the most annoying blitzes in this game. I'm gonna show you how well this formation picks up those blitzes, okay? So the formation that I actually beat the blitz with is this Y off trips Pat. If I see someone blitzing me, I stay in this and it forces them out of the blitz, okay? So again, this has the offset at tight end, and it just seems like they just do a little bit better blocking than this. So here we are in an 8-man blitz. As you can see by the play art, I have my guys pretty much, everyone's coming. I'm gonna actually fix Thomas here, so Thomas actually is a little bit closer and he comes to the blitz. So here we are, 8-man blitz. This should get a lot of pressure. I'm gonna walk you through what I like to do, all right? The way to beat the blitz in football, and this is a real football facts, the way to beat the blitz in football and the way to beat the blitz in Madden is to throw at the blitz. You always throw from at the blitz. Why do you throw at the blitz? Is because the blitz has less people to cover. You don't want to throw in the coverage. You always throw where there is no coverage. The place where there is no coverage is where the blitz is coming from, okay? Where the blitz comes from in Madden is always the edges in the middle of the field. The middle of the field tends to be the most open because people blitz 8 and 7 people, meaning that they have 4 people covering, and if they're not covering, then you're gonna hit them deep. So most people are either gonna try to run man and they're gonna take away the middle of the field because it's the shortest throw. And that's just how this Madden goes. So because we have 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3 receivers all close, we have the numbers game. So right now, the way that we beat the blitz out of this formation is to take advantage of pretty much numbers. I'm gonna throw at the blitz. I'm gonna throw short, quick passes at the blitz. And I'm just gonna show you without doing anything, how well this formation picks up the blitz, okay? It just picks it up. The reason why it picks it up because the tight end cuts because he's off the line. So you'll see that since he's off the line of scrimmage, what he does, he just goes ahead and cuts this guy. So now it just leaves this guy over here and my running back is gonna go pick him up. We just picked up an 8-man blitz and Tom Brady didn't move. So now that we identified the blitz and we know the guy is coming, right? Block the running back, block the tight end. You can slide. I normally slide away from my running back, helps a lot. So I always slide away from my running back so my line block looks a little something like this and my running back should cut back in, okay? Now, I said, what did I say? We have 3 people close. He doesn't know who's gonna come, who's gonna go. But this is pretty much how I beat every blitz. Just like this. Either you're going to take the out route and give me Sanu open, or you're going to take X and give me the out route. Or if you start doing that, I'm gonna do something like this. It's impossible for people to make all the choices that they have to make as fast as I'm gonna throw the ball, okay? So I'll show you kind of how that looks. So I see everybody, boom, I'm just gonna throw it here, pick up 5 yards. The corner has to back up because Sanu is in his face running him deep. So let's do that one more time. Okay, so here we go with the cover 2 look out of the blitz. Again, we're gonna just block our line. We're gonna block our running back, block our tight end, right? They should pick it up. We should be good to go. Now it's just a mind game. Am I gonna hit the slant? Am I gonna hit the out? Or am I gonna hit Sanu coming across on the zig? This is what, if I see this, I'm hitting the out immediately, right? So boom, I'm gonna hit the out. There's nobody out there. And if he leaves him out there, then I'm gonna hit Sanu coming underneath. This is just a really good formation to pick up the blitz. That's pretty much all I'm gonna let you guys know. There's so many other things you can do out of this. It's just a lot of opportunities, but this is probably the best formation to stop the blitz, all right? It's just a natural blitz stopper by just blocking your running back, blocking your tight end, and then shedding and running those 3-man routes, okay? The guy has to pick. Now, let's get into the cover 3 beaters and how you beat cover 3. What's gonna happen is after you start beating the blitz and people can't blitz you and they can't rattle you, they're going to switch over to a more softer coverage, meaning they're gonna drop more people into coverage just to slow you down from making those fast reads, which means you're gonna have 4 people rushing you, and that's pretty much what you want. So what I like to do out of that is, since we have already set up our audibles, I like to still come out in that gun wide off trips pats. But what I do now is I audible back down into my tight close formation, okay? So now let's go into and just say that they're running a cover 3, right? We're gonna beat cover 3 here. So I see this, I'm like, okay, he's not blitzing me. I have time to throw dots now. I have time to throw deep and make good decisions. His mind is no longer to blitz me because he knows out of this formation he can't get to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and audible over to gun tight slots, and I'm going to run my mesh switch, okay? So this is what it looks like. Now, we actually have the wrong person running this route because we don't want Watson because he's a tight end running it. What we want is Dorsett running it because he's faster. We are going to motion our outside receiver out. This would be Torrey Holt for us, or Gonzalez, and they have the route apprentice so they can run the post corner. Now, if you're running with a quarterback that has hot route master, you don't have to have route apprentice on your receivers because you have it on your quarterback pretty much. I am going to block my running back, and I'm going to put my backside receiver on another fade. Now, this is going to make both the corner and the safeties have to pick who they're going to cover. That left corner is going to cover Sanu, and Dorsett is going to be wide open down the left side of the field, as you guys saw in the beginning of the video. So this is the setup, and I only run this when I know I'm going to have time against cover 3. Look how far over that safety is playing. Now let's just say the safety goes over and he takes Dorsett on the left side. Well, now I have Edelman wide open, and if Edelman isn't wide open, I should have Watson open in the corner, okay? So those are your progression reads, Dorsett to Edelman to Watson. I'm not even talking or worried about Sanu, what he's doing over there. He's over there just to take the corner away, all right? So here we go. You see the corner goes, boom. He's wide open. We hit that rack on him. We're good to go. So now let's go over into what happens if he starts covering this. So if he starts covering that for you, you're gonna switch over to your bench. And bench looks, of course, like this. And we've already seen this. This is the same thing you see out of gun type bunch. You're gonna go ahead and you get the same exact plays, same exact animations. I like to go streak on the Y side and then go a underneath route, something like this, and then keep Edelman on that corner route. And then I just eat. I make them pick. I'll hit underneath or hit deep or something of that nature. But being able to hit high and low is the key to this particular offense, and make the defender wrong. Your job is to just make the defender wrong. So if I see you working with your safety and you're trying to cover those deep routes, I'm just gonna beat the computer underneath. If you give me the corner route over here like that, I'm gonna throw the corner route. So let's talk about some other cover 3 beaters in this particular playbook that are really good as well. I don't play out of the single close pats too often anymore, but it is still a really good formation because it has a lot of cover 2 and cover 3 beaters. We've already had a conversation about this, but I'll kind of tell you the cover 3 beaters again, all right? One of my favorite cover 3 beaters are the X drag trail, and it's mainly because it's one of those pullback cover 3 beaters that brings the corner down again and just gives you the ability to bomb it over the top. And the way that you pretty much set this up, you actually can do it a few ways. You can do it the same way that we just did it, or you can do the pullback. The pullback method is you motion your receiver out, and you can do 2 things. You can either put them on a comeback like this, or you can leave them where they are, put him on a slant, and then motion this guy out and snap it right as he gets to about Edelman, and that should take your corner away, and you should be able to hit him over top. I get sacked, but you see X is coming wide open. We'll go back to the instant replay. So you'll see that this guy here is going to take that corner. You see that corner come down? You see him start to come down right there? That's when you throw it. This guy's running deep. He's wide open all the way out here, okay? So that's your play right there. Now let's talk. I'm trying to get through these quick so you guys can go into practice mode. So your next cover 3 beater is going to come out of the Y pats, okay? So we're gonna go back to the Y trips pats. And remember, these are only plays that we're running. Our cover 3 beaters are plays that we're running when he's not blitzing us. If they're blitzing, we're gonna go back into what we talked about earlier. So Y pats out is another really good formation for the cover 3 beater, is because they have so many crossing routes. So the reason why this is a really good cover 3 beater is because it gives you the ability to snap within motion, which also gives you the ability not to be pressed, okay? So I'm gonna tell you how to set this up. Pretty much what we're gonna do is we're gonna put Watson on that post route, or yeah, we're gonna put him on that post route. Remember, I have Tony Gonzalez, which has Route Apprentice. If you have Hot Route Master, it works for you as well. We're gonna take Edelman and put Edelman on a hitch, and then we're going to streak B, which is Dorsett for us, okay? So Dorsett goes on a streak. He looks something like this. That's how the play is set up. Now the hopes is that Sinu takes the corner away and we open up the sideline for Dorsett. And if that doesn't happen, if the user takes him, the hopes is that Edelman will take away the flat defender and Watson comes open. And if that doesn't work, we just hit Edelman, all right? So those are progression reads. So let's go ahead and motion. I'll show you where you snap it. You're gonna snap it about right here, right before he gets there. You'll see that that defender comes down and we have Dorsett come open right over top of him, okay? Now, if he doesn't, then of course you hit Edelman. And if you really are struggling and you can't find anyone, you should have your X receiver open on the backside, all right? Because by then it should be cleared out. So let's do it one more time. Let's see what X looks like on the backside. So you see X comes wide open down the sideline. Come, Tom Brady, what are you doing, son? But you'll see this is just a really good cover 3 beater, is one of my favorites. I'm gonna cut the video here because this is gonna be part 1. Part 2, we're gonna go over way more cover 3 beaters and pretty much how to audible around and figure out how to get into the right plays. And we're gonna go over cover 2 as well. I have a really good cover 2 beater in the next video. This, of course, is our second video on the New England Patriots playbook. Make sure you check out the other one where we go over different plays and different formations on how to capitalize on different defenses to add to your scheme, all right? This is part 1. Part 2 is going to be coming out very soon. It's been your boy, DJ Chef. It's been love. It's always love. And we out. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, DJ the Chef. If you love this video, know that we do this all the time for our members. If you want to become a member of the channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and you hit the join button. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Make sure you check out some of these other ones over here. All right, peace.